Massive hello to all you football fans out there. How are you guys doing? Is it a good morning? Is it a good evening? Where are you guys? Right now I'm in Tokyo. Behind me is the new national stadium, and what do we have? What are we going to be presenting to you today? It's going to be the Levain Cup final. Now I'm Harry Sugiyama and I'll be taking you through the Levain Cup final. But please bear with me with the fact that I've got a mask on, COVID rules, and also bear with me. 95% of the time I'll be speaking in English, but 5% of the time I'll be speaking in Japanese to our Japanese viewers too then. So a bit in Japanese, here we go then. さあついにこの日がやってきました。日本サッカー三大タイトルの一つ J リーグ YBC ルヴァンカップファイナル、その決勝が間もなくここでキックオフされます。この YouTube の中継は主に英語 95% 英語になりますので、そのあたりご了承いただけたら嬉しく思います。世界中のフットボールファンが今このルヴァンカップファイナルをこの場で見てくださるということで、とても私ハリー杉山光栄です。Okay, then back into English. Talking about the Levain Cup final, it was originally scheduled for November the 7th, but because of implications rising from Corona, the COVID, it was postponed up until now. January 4th it is, and today. And who do we have? Right now, looking around, we have a lot of F.C.Tokyo supporters around in the house, but it's going to be F.C.Tokyo versus Kashiwa Reysol. Both teams are looking to become the champions for the third time in their history. Kashiwa, the last time they won the cup, it was back in 2013. It was against Urawa Reds in the final. It was a 1-0 win. F.C.Tokyo winning back all the way back to 2009. Both teams really electric, playing amazing, quality, entertaining football. I'll be talking to you about the lineup and going into an analysis of who to watch out for, the formations in a second. But now I'm just really grateful that this day has become a reality. If you can put in some comments, maybe you see some comments here that you can plug in. Where are you watching from? Are you watching from Brazil, or are you watching from UK, or are you watching from Kenya? Have we got some Michael Lunga supporters out there? Just let me know how you guys are feeling right now. Give me your comments and I might be able to pick you guys up later on when I'll be reporting from the pitch side there. Okay, so right now I'd like to give you a digest. I'd like to give you a couple of replays of how both teams, how Kashiwa Reysol and how F.C.Tokyo managed to make it to the final then. それではここで決勝に進出した両チームのこれまでの戦いをダイジェストでご覧いただきましょう。Let's go! So hello again. I was reporting from outside the stadium. Now I'm inside the stadium, as you can see. Just looking behind me, I am thrilled to pieces. I'm actually inside the stadium. This was built for the Olympics. Touch wood, it should be held this year. But looking around, you know, there are people inside the stadium. It's been the case with J.League games. But back in England, where my dad's from, you know, the supporters can't go to some of the matches, and looking over there, this is like a dream come true. It's very, very emotional. After an insane, horrendous year fighting against Corona, to have people in a cup final and supporting, right? Right in front of me, on this side, we have the F.C.Tokyo supporters, and on the other side, we have the Kashiwa Reysol supporters. Now, there are restrictions when you're supporting. You're not allowed to actually vocally support, but you're allowed to clap and you're also allowed to use your percussions, drums. Very, very happy that I'm here reporting to you from the pitch side. Looking on the far side, we've got a couple of Kashiwa, it's not a couple, the whole team is there, drilling, getting ready for the big game. I'm squinting to see, I see Cristiano there, lethal player that he is, and I see Olunga in the background too. Wow. Okay, so let's speak a bit about the starting formation then. Here we go then. Thank you. Now, here we go then. Let me introduce you to the starting lineup, starting with Kashiwa Reysol. Now, Kashiwa Reysol, this is how I've planned it out. It should be a 4-2-3-1 with Kim Seung-yu in goal. Now, Seung-yu is the big man. He's going to be the one orchestrating the whole team as manager. You have Koga, you have Yamashita, you have Ominami, and then you have Kawaguchi in a flat four. And then up front, you have two players, Richardson. Okay, Hishajison is the Japanese pronunciation. Richardson is probably the English pronunciation. And then you have Otani. Okay, with Kashiwa Reysol, so many amazing players. You guys probably want to focus on Michael, being an absolute star, 28 goals. But for me, Otani, this guy has been a thorough Kashiwa Reysol man for 24 years since his days as in the youth academy. He's been in that position. He's been supporting Kashiwa as a kid, and he's been there, and he's still there, age 36. He is the heart and soul of Kashiwa Reysol, all right? There's a 10% difference in percentage when he's playing and when he's not playing. When he's playing, there's a 10% increase in the chances of Kashiwa Reysol winning. So my eyes are watching number 7, Otani. And then in front, you've got Cristiano on the right, you have Esaka and Segawa in a free. But this is a key man, Esaka, right? He's going to be popping out all over the place. And the important thing today is everybody's going to be trying to be getting hold of Michael Lunga over there, stop him from scoring and 28 goals. But Esaka is going to be popping in between the lines, okay? And once Esaka starts to get hold of the loose balls, the 50-50s, in front of the F.C.Tokyo back four, he's going to be playing those killer passes. That's what I'm looking out for. But now, I'm going to be focusing on Michael Lunga. Going back to my script, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, actually, I won't need the script. 28 goals he has scored this year for Kashiwa Reysol. And I just want to be talking to you about the fact that he's also managed to get top scorer, not only that, but also the MVP in the J.LEAGUE Awards the other day. And the other day, he gave a quality speech about, his feelings, about being able to play football in Japan. So I would like you guys to check that out then. ではここで、そんなオルンガ選手の MVP を受賞された時のスピーチがありますので、そちらの方をまずご覧ください。お願いします。
First of all, I'd like to thank God for giving me this trophy today, and also to thank my family for supporting me throughout the season. Thirdly, I would also like to thank everybody involved in Kashiwa Reysol, all the stakeholders, the players, the fans, and everybody who supported me throughout the season. And also I'd like to thank J.LEAGUE, for making the 2020 J.LEAGUE an event, a successful season. Despite the challenges, they could be able, to manage to hold the games. And also they tried, and the fans, they could come back and get a feel. It was not easy throughout the season, but with a lot of determination, dedication, and hard work, I could be able to achieve this player of the season. I hope my success, and achievement in Japan, can motivate a lot of people, both inside Japan and back home in Kenya. And I'm going to continue to work hard and try to make an impact in the J.LEAGUE in the J.LEAGUE season. Otherwise, thank you very much. I really appreciate.
まずは、神様に感謝したいと思います。それと私をずっと支えてくれた家族で、その上、 やっぱり柏レイソルの関係者の皆様、やはりフロント、コーチングスタッフ、チームメイト、サポーターの皆さん、そして、J リーグ、かなりいろんな困難があった中でもこのリーグを、開催可能にしてくれたからこそ、やっぱりサポーターの皆さんも会場に足を運ぶことができて、私からしてみれば本当に成功を収めたシーズンだったと思います。で、私のこの、受賞することによって、日本国内そして海外で私の母国のケニアにも、私が、活躍することが皆さんの励みになって、で私も今後ももっとハードワークして、J リーグで注目できる、活躍をしていきたいと思います。
So Michael Olunga wearing his heart and soul on his sleeve. It's not just the power and the speed about Olunga. It's the eloquence, it's the silky touch, and the finish too. Absolutely magnificent. We'll be looking out for Olunga's plays today. Let's look forward to that. Now let's pop over to F.C.Tokyo. As you guys might have noticed, F.C.Tokyo, the players have just come onto the pitch. They are now warming up, shaping up, getting their skills in shape, in order. But I'd like to introduce you to their starting lineup. Now again, this is me guessing the formation, so maybe it will be different, but it should be this. It should be a 4-3-3. Manager's going to be Hasegawa-san, and then we have Hatano in goal, and the back four. You have Ogawa, you have Omari coming in, the Lebanese, and then you have Watanabe, and then you have Nakamura in the flat four. And you guys, FC-Tokyo fans out there, you might be thinking, Morishige, where is he? Okay, he's probably going to be playing in the anchor position, in the volante position. He usually plays centre-back, but because Takahage is not with us today, he's probably going to play one level ahead in that anchor position. And in front of him, there's going to be Abe, and then there's going to be Higashi, and then the top three. So it's a 4-3-3. Hara on the right, Nagai with his demon electric speed in the middle, and then Leandro with his flair. Now, my player to watch out for is number 31, Abe. He's very young, comes straight out of Meiji University. He was originally in the youth academy, but then he went to university and came and is now prominent in the FC-Tokyo lineup. And what Abe does is his tackling skills. Even if he's an offensive player, he tackles very, very well. And looking at the stats, I'm sure you've got some stat managers, stat demons out there in the fans amongst you guys. But looking at the stats, FC-Tokyo, amongst the J-League teams, has the #1 level of interceptions and getting the ball back in the opposing third. So in this area, I'm suspecting Abe to be pressing. I'm suspecting all of them be pressing very, very, very hard. And that's where the game is going to be at. Now, another thing, FC-Tokyo, we have Nagai over here. There's the side forwards, Leandro and Hara. They like to go into a diagonal way of attacking too. So when they attack diagonally, we'll see if the Kashiwa Reysol centre-backs or the side-backs are going to be dragged into it or not. Where the space is going to be at, probably Higashi and Abe were putting those through balls in. We'll see what happens. But the game could be, or both teams like to play a long counter game, okay? They like to play a counter, and they wouldn't mind if the other opposing team has possession of the ball, because they're very, very good on the counter, especially looking out for Nagai too, Olunga obviously too. But Kashiwa Reysol, another thing about Kashiwa Reysol, if you look at the stats too, they like to go through the middle, okay? It's not really about destroying the opposition through the wings. It's more along through the middle, especially with Isaka playing through Olunga, and obviously Olunga with his skills. And, it's going to be a handful for them. Last point that I want to be making to you guys. Ogawa, Omari, Watanabe, Nakamura in the back four, Morishige. When the ball is played long to Olunga, who's going to get the next ball, the loose ball? Okay? If it's going to be Isaka, is it going to be Isaka or is it going to be Morishige? Morishige is a very, very difficult player to play against. I was watching the other day Uchida Atsuto, who's just recently retired. Words from Uchi. He was saying, Morishige, you know, very difficult to play against. And during set plays, where F.C.Tokyo are very good at, Morishige just knows exactly where to put his body. And is very strong. His hands, his arms are very strong. So when you're trying to jump, you know, without committing a foul, he's going to be able to get hold of you. So maybe we might be able to see a bit of Olunga, or a bit of Murashige marking Olunga, or maybe it's going to be Omari coming in to mark Olunga. Excellent. So those are the points I'll be looking out for. 4-2-3-1 for Kashiwa Reysol, and then a 4-3-3 for F.C.Tokyo. We'll be finding out what exactly happens on the pitch afterwards. Just getting ready. Isn't it amazing for this to be held? And I'm just, you know, I know you guys are going to be jealous of me being right there, being close to the players, but it really is a dream come true. So that'll be that. I might be using this board later on after half-time, but thanks for you guys bearing with me. Thank you, thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay, then. And now going to the F.C.Tokyo and Kashiwa Reysol, the history. They've played each other 46 times, right? It's Kashiwa Reysol's won 21 games, drawn 7, lost 18. But in the recent 8 matches, both teams have won 4 apiece. So it really is. We have no idea who's going to be the winner. But, you know, it's going to be a very hard-fought battle. Going back into the Levain Cup final, it's incredible how many of the Levain Cup finals, if I remember correctly, like quite a few games actually go into extra time and then into penalties. Who remembers the final last year between Sapporo Consadole and Kawasaki Frontale? Insane game. Were you guys there to watch it? Oh my God. Literally, the game was about to end. Opposition equalizes. It goes into extra time. Sapporo scores from that insane free kick, but then Kawasaki equalizes, goes to penalties. So I really wouldn't be surprised if the whole match goes into penalties too. So now, what are we looking for? It is maybe あと30分ぐらいですか、キックオフ。だいたい half an hour till kick-off. And we're giving you some more news, if some more news actually comes in before kick-off. But yeah, I hope you guys are getting ready, heart and soul. You know, I'm wondering where you guys are. If you could leave us a comment, that would be fantastic too. さあ、それでは海外にお住まいの方はですね、こちらの YouTube で all you guys watching them from abroad on this YouTube, people in Japan、日本でお住まいの方はフジテレビで生中継をですね、ぜひ生でご覧になっていただければ嬉しいです。So, what's your bet on? Is it going to be FC Tokyo or is it going to be a Kashiwa Reysol? Both on three times in this game, in this cup final, but we'll be finding out soon. We'll be approaching kick-off in half an hour then. Excellent. さあ、ルヴァンカップを制するのは柏レイソルか FC 東京なんでしょうか。ご視聴皆さんありがとうございます。間もなくキックオフです。30分後です。
Hello to you wherever you're watching from around the world. I'm Ben Maxwell and welcome to the National Stadium in Tokyo for the 2020 Levain Cup final between Kashiwa Reysol and F.C.Tokyo. This grand venue playing host to its second major final in the space of 4 days after Kawasaki Frontale won the Emperor's Cup on New Year's Day against Gamba Osaka. A look at the Kashiwa Reysol starting 11, featuring, of course, player of the season Michael Alunga, the scorer of 28 J1 goals. And FC Tokyo's starting 11, notable for Masato Morishige playing in defensive midfield rather than his usual centre-back position. You can see the players waiting in the tunnel with the match officials. They'll be making their way out onto the pitch shortly. Anticipation growing inside the stadium. Both of these clubs looking for their third Levain Cup title. And it promises to be a fascinating encounter. This is the first appearance for both of these clubs at the new National Stadium after it was rebuilt for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. And there is the main man, J1 Golden Boot winner and player of the season, Michael Alunga. But he's not the only player that the FC Tokyo defense will have to be wary of. Of course, Reysol boasting numerous attacking weapons. And their manager, Nelsinho, has kept a few on the bench, so that could have a huge effect later on in the game as the players make their way through the tunnel and out onto the pitch. And that's what they're playing for today, the Levain Cup, previously known as the Nabisco Cup, one of the three major trophies that clubs in Japan vie for. Lovely display there from the Tokyo fans, and up the other end, the Reysol supporters displaying their colours as well. Fantastic occasion. A beautiful day for football, as you can see. Perfect conditions. A lovely mid-winter's day in the capital. We'll now pause for the national anthem to be sung by Yudai Ono of the group DICE.
これより試合に先立ちまして、両チームキャプテンよりご来場のファン、サポーター、関係者の皆様へメッセージをお伝えいたします。
J リーグ YBC ルヴァンカップは今大会で28回目の開催を迎えました。今もなお新型コロナウイルスは世界中でその猛威を振るっている中、このルヴァンカップも大きな影響を受けましたが、日程や大会方式を変更しながら 本日決勝を迎えることができました。大会開催のためにご尽力いただいた関係者の皆様、特別協賛者である山崎ビスケット株式会社様、今この瞬間も医療現場で戦ってくださっている医療従事者の方々、そして私たちを支えてくださっているすべての皆様に対し、ルヴァンカップに出場した全19クラブを代表し、この場をお借りして心より御礼申し上げます。ありがとうございます。
今日この国立競技場に駆けつけてくださったファン、サポーターの皆様、感染症の拡大による中断期間、無観客でのリモートマッチ期間を経て、スタンドから熱い拍手を送ってくださるファン、サポーターの皆様の姿をスタジアムで目にしたとき、サッカーがどれだけ多くの方々に支えられ、楽しみにされているのか、改めて実感しました。そしてそれはこの困難の中でもピッチに立ちプレーする私たちの大きな後押しとなっています。本当にありがとうございます。共に前を向いてこの困難を乗り越えていきましょう。
ありがとうございました。国歌の読書です。皆様どうぞご起立の上で心の中でご唱ください。読書はダイスの大野雄大さんです。
君が世は千代にや千代にさざれ石岩となりて苔のむすまで
So messages from the two captains, Keigo Higashi and Hidekazu Otani, preceding the national anthem there as we look at Kashiwa Reysol's starting 11 in expected formation. Of course, all eyes will be up front on Michael Olunga, but there's plenty of attacking weapons behind him. Yusuke Sagawa, Ataru Esaka and Cristiano. In midfield, Otani, the captain, will be joined by the combative Brazilian Richardson. And as a surprising name at right back with Naoki Kawaguchi making his first Reysol start since the end of October. Regular right back Kengo Kitazume is not included in the squad today. I mentioned earlier some of the attacking weapons that Reysol have on the bench. Nakama, Kamiya and Goya could all potentially change things off the bench in the second half and perhaps even in extra time if the game lasts that long. F.C.Tokyo's starting 11, as I mentioned, one of the major talking points is Masato Morishige in defensive midfield. That was an experiment that the manager Kenta Hasegawa started in the Asian Champions League over in Qatar. it means that Joan Omari is slotted in at left-sided centre-back alongside Tsuyoshi Watanabe. Otaka Nakamura and Ryoya Ogawa will play at full-back, and Go Hatano, the young goalkeeper, certainly not lacking in confidence, has stepped into the #1 position in the injury absence of Akihiro Hayashi. Further forward for Tokyo, Kensuke Nagai, the speedster, will be flanked by Leandro and Taichi Hara, who is a somewhat surprising inclusion in the starting 11. Diego Oliveira, their top scorer in the last 3 seasons, is out due to injury. Shuto Abe and Higashi complete the midfield with Morishige. Tokyo can call on Dialton off the bench. The Brazilian scored 8 league goals in the 2020 J1 season. So the Levain Cup final that was originally scheduled for November the 7th, and on the J-League calendar usually signals the beginning of the stretch run of the J1 season, has had to be pushed back to early 2021 due to a coronavirus situation at Kashiwa. But it's great to have you along with us for one of the showpiece occasions on the J-League calendar. And Kashiwa Reysol get us underway, attacking from left to right on your screen in their familiar yellow jerseys with the black shorts. F.C.Tokyo playing in their customary red and blue stripes with blue shorts. Kensuke Nagai battling with Tatsuya Yamashita, and Tokyo win a throw deep in the Reysol half in the first 30 seconds. Otaka Nakamura surveying his options. First chance, first shot of the game, just inside the first minute from Leandro, but he's fired over. The Brazilian back in the Tokyo 11 after missing their final 2 league games of the season. And in that aerial duel, it looks like Kensuke Nagai's come off a little bit worse for wear. There's the Tokyo manager, Kenta Hasegawa. At the end of his 3rd season in charge of the capital club. And a quick check of the officiating crew. Koichiro Fukushima is the man in charge. As Tokyo win the first free kick of the game, Shuto Abe fouled in midfield. Played forward by Morishige, looking for Hara. Omari happy to see that ball out of play, and Ogawa will restart with the throw. Chance for Leandro. Sweeps it out wide to Higashi, but a good sliding tackle from Kawaguchi sees Tokyo win another throw. Higashi, the Tokyo captain, missed most of this season due to injury. Returned at just the right time for his side, as they look to claim a 3rd Levain Cup title and their first since 2009. Another touch for the captain, Higashi. Ogawa with a chance to cross. And a fierce drive from Hotaka Nakamura. Scored his first J1 goal at the tail end of the season. Very well struck, but Kim Seung-gyu definitely had it covered. The ball sailed over. What a season it was for Michael Olunga. 28 goals in J1, the most in a top-flight season for 15 years since Araujo scored 33 for Gamba Osaka in 2005. Another foul in midfield and another FC-Tokyo free kick. Ball swept out to Ogawa on the left. Leandro, lovely interplay with Shuto Abe. Ogawa, another crossing opportunity. The ball just evading Hara. And Reysol have a chance to counter. But Yusuke Sagawa's attempted crossfield ball hits Morishige so often in the right position. Leandro's ball into Higashi, found his captain, but he had come from an offside position, and Reysol will restart. Line ball there, but a good decision from the assistant referee. Sagawa from out on the left flank. Ball played into Olunga, heading opportunity. An early warning sign for FC-Tokyo. That was far too easy for Reysol. Ogawa and Omari end up looking at each other. Who's to blame for that one? And a great early opportunity for Olunga. The one man Tokyo have to be the most wary of. Well, he was just given a golden opportunity to give Reysol an early lead. Header flicked on by Hara. Olunga and Watanabe battling. Sagawa again, back to Taiyo Koga. Richardson combining with Ominami. And Kawaguchi now with a crossing opportunity from the right-hand side. Esaka and Omari battling. And Reysol have the first corner of the afternoon. Cristiano, their set-piece master. Also out for a significant period this season due to injury, but returned, rekindled his partnership with Olunga. Finished with 4 goals and 6 assists in league play. That's hacked away by Nagai. And Koga plays the ball back to Kim Seung-gyu. Reysol will look to go on the attack again. Ball over the top from Cristiano and out of play by Omari. This time Omari over to cover for Ogawa. Otani, the captain, playing in Cristiano, his ball into the box, headed away by Omari. Morishige's pass was astray, but he's won a free kick off the Reysol captain, Otani, who's won everything there is to win in Japanese football except the Levain Cup. He was suspended for their last final in 2013. Apart from that, he's won the J1 title, he's won the Emperor's Cup, and he's looking for the final medal to complete his trophy case. A long-time servant of Reysol, one of their club icons. Leandro combining with Nagai. Ilunga heads down for Osaka, and Reysol with a chance to counter, where they're their most lethal. Koga overlapping on the left, he chose to go to the right. The pass was out of the reach of Cristiano. Abe robbed by Osaka. Cristiano again with space to work in. Swings the ball in towards Ilunga. But a firm header and Tokyo win a free kick. Ilunga and Watanabe colliding in the box. And Watanabe down with a, looks like a shoulder injury. Very strong collision. Hopefully he'll be okay. It looks like the referee might be calling on the Tokyo medical staff to assist Watanabe. Would obviously be a huge blow for Tokyo if Watanabe is unable to continue just 10 minutes into the final. We see a replay. No real malice in Ilunga's challenge there, but Watanabe was always going to be first to the ball. Ilunga perfectly entitled to go for it, of course. But yeah, unfortunately for Watanabe, he's come off the worse for wear in that collision. Tokyo fans waiting with bated breath. They hope that the man who served as their captain for a large part of this season will be able to continue. It doesn't look great for Watanabe, it must be said. There's Daiki Niwa, the veteran centre-back, warming up. He might be called on very shortly if Watanabe's unable to continue. Although he's up now and appears to be walking off under his own power, so hopefully after a bit of treatment on the sideline he will be able to continue. Could be a collarbone injury, an AC joint, I'm not sure, but it doesn't look great. And obviously if Watanabe is able to continue but is unable to do so at 100%, then Ilunga will be looking to capitalise on any weakness in the centre of the Tokyo defence. So the goalkeeper, Go Hatano, will get us back underway. Tokyo currently with just 10 men on the pitch, of course, as Watanabe receives treatment. Long ball forward from Hotaka Nakamura, looking for Nagai. Morishige heads down. Abe for Ogawa down the left. Foul by Cristiano. Not a huge fan of the decision there, the Brazilian. playing together. Good decision from the referee, and it's good to see Tsuyoshi Watanabe back on the pitch, able to continue. Leandro, the joint top scorer in J1 this season for FC Tokyo with 9 goals, the same as his compatriot Diego Oliveira, who, as I mentioned in the intro, is being sorely missed by Tokyo today as Reysol look to go forward again. Isaka plays the ball out to Koga. Segawa been very busy early. Gets his cross away, but slices it out for a goal kick. Coming up on 15 minutes played in the 2020 Levain Cup final. Higashi unable to retain possession, and again Segawa busy down the left. Wins Reysol a throw. Ogawa heads forward, and Leandro has space to run into. Cuts onto his right foot for a central area. He's opened the scoring for FC Tokyo. A superb strike from the Brazilian. Ogawa started it with a header from near the touchline inside the Tokyo half. But after that, it was all Leandro. A sensational opener in the 16th minute. Ogawa's header sent Leandro free. He evaded Richardson, cut inside Kawaguchi, and from just beyond the penalty spot, fires in just past a despairing dive from Kim Seung-kyu. A terrific start from Tokyo, a wonderful goal from Leandro. And what will Reysol do in reply? Morishige away from Cristiano. Cuts it back inside to Abe. Bundled over. Look, a clear foul, but nothing given by the referee. Isaka got away with one there. Reysol look to build an attack. Isaka looking for Olunga. The ball cut out well by Omari. Comfortable enough on the ball to bring it out of defence. Nagai upended, but nothing doing. And Reysol have a throw. The enigmatic Brazilian Leandro has gotten FC Tokyo off to a superb start. As I mentioned previously, 9 league goals this season for Tokyo, and he got both of their goals in the semi-final win over Kawasaki. That's a huge one to open the final. Here he is again on the ball. Wins a throw for Tokyo. Off Kawaguchi. I mentioned Kawaguchi making his first start since the end of October. Referee letting quite a lot go, Kim claims, and starts Reysol off again with the throw out to Koga. Tatsuya Yamashita, the veteran centre-back who came over from Cerezo Osaka earlier in 2020. Made over 200 appearances for Cerezo in 2 separate spells at the club. And it was Yamashita who scored Reysol's winner in the semi-final against the Yokohama F. Marinos. Ball over the top for Kawaguchi. Omari over to cover. Omari, the Lebanese centre-back, impressive in the early going. Cristiano wins a Reysol corner off Ryoya Ogawa. Ball swung in, Olunga, a free header. But unable to direct it on target. Olunga soared above Watanabe there, but unable to get his header down. And Hatano grateful to see it sail well over the bar. So 2 early headed chances for Michael Olunga in the first 20 minutes. Quick check on the possession stats. Kashiwa edging it slightly. Tokyo ahead in the shot count, and of course, most importantly, ahead on the scoreboard thanks to Leandro's 16th minute opener. Kawaguchi driving in from the right flank. Superb covering from Nagai, wins the ball back for Tokyo. Morishige caught on it by Esaka. Again, looked for a foul and finally gets one. Segawa upending Morishige after Esaka had done the same. Looks like Segawa might have been caught there in making that challenge against Morishige. Otaka Nakamura driving forward. Again, nothing given by the referee. Segawa and Nakamura battling. Otani crowded out. The ball won back by Morishige. Ball over the top looking for Nagai. But a comfortable claim by the Reysol goalkeeper Kim. Olunga's headed down. Morishige again upended. Richardson telling him to hop up. Plenty of physical challenges in the early going here. Most of the free kicks going Tokyo's way so far. This latest one for Kawaguchi's foul on Abe. The referee has decided that we'll pause there for the drinks break at the roughly the midway point of the first half. And that man has provided the major talking point. Leandro, a superb 16th minute opener to give FC Tokyo the lead. And yes, that shot count's now been corrected after the last Olunga header over. It's now 3 apiece. And let's look at this goal again. Ogawa winning a 50-50 ball and heading forward to Leandro. He dinked it past Richardson. Cut inside a fairly feeble challenge from Kawaguchi. Kim got fingertips to his low shot, but a superb finish from the Brazilian, who had an up-and-down season for Tokyo, it must be said, made an instant impact after coming over on loan from Kashima Antlers. Got off to a red-hot start. A set-piece master himself with some excellent direct free kicks. Then the second half of the season did not go as he would have liked, was suspended for a number of games for violent conduct, and yeah, didn't end the league campaign in particularly great form, but ended up on 9 league goals. And he's just scored a hugely important one for Tokyo on one of the biggest stages in Japanese football. There's the Reysol manager, Nelsinho, in his second spell at the club. Returned in 2019. After an earlier 5.5-year spell at the club, which saw them do what no other team to that point had done in J-League history. After winning the J2 title in 2010, they then went up to J1 and won the top flight crown the following season. For an encore in 2012, they claimed the Emperor's Cup. And then, as we know, in 2013, went on to win the Levain Cup as well. Leandro swings his free kick into the box. But another comfortable claim for Kim Seung-kyu. Kim joined Reysol at the start of the 2020 season. He'd spent 3.5 years with Vissel Kobe before returning to Ulsan of the K-League in the second half of the 2019 season. Came on board the good ship Kashiwa the start of this campaign, expecting to battle Kosuke Nakamura for the #1 shirt. Nakamura unfortunately injured again for a significant part of this season, and Kim is very much the main man between the sticks for Reysol at the moment. Haro doing well deep in his own half as Tokyo look to get out of danger. Sugawa, he might have let that ball run out of play, had he? I think he had, and Tokyo have won a throw. Higashi sweeps the ball forward for Nagai. Yamashita first to it. Nagai just able to keep it in play. And well done by the veteran centre-back Yamashita. Or a loose touch, though, from Ominami. Leandro's on the ball again. Look to play in Hara. Who slid in on Kim. The keeper was always going to be first to that ball, though. A loose touch from Ominami. Leandro just putting a little bit too much mustard on his ball through to Hara. Kim able to claim and then win a free kick as Hara slid in. Ultani forward for Olunga. Abe are coming together with Richardson. Slightly mistimed there by Abe. Definite foul. Although if Abe's done some damage, that would be a huge blow to Tokyo. See Abe, yeah, he's down on his haunches there, about 30 yards from goal. It doesn't look great, holding onto his knee. Set piece opportunity for Reysol. Ball swung into the box, looking for Olunga. Opportunity for Sagawa. But his volley sails harmlessly over the bar. Two on Olunga, who was crowded out. The ball sat invitingly for Sagawa, but he's mishit his volley. And a half chance for Reysol goes begging. Another Tokyo throw on the left touchline to be taken by Ogawa. Leandro lets it run for Nagai. No touch, so Nagai wasn't offside. A good challenge by Otani, wins the ball back for Reysol. Morishige's ball over the top for Hara, but the young striker was unable to get back onside. Another good decision from the assistant referee. Hara didn't get too many opportunities in J1 this season, as Reysol win a foul on the right-hand side. Abe hauling down Kawaguchi. Hara, though, there are high hopes on him at F.C.Tokyo. He was the top scorer in the J3 League in the 2019 season. F.C.Tokyo having an under-23 side in the third tier of the J-League. As Leandro senses an opportunity to attack again. Hara making a run through the centre. This time, Leandro's ball was perfectly weighted. I'm sorry, it was Higashi, not Hara. Tokyo think they should have a corner. Looks like the referee signaled for a goal kick. Higashi and Ominami coming together. And indeed, goal kick was the decision. Just over half an hour played in the 2020 Levain Cup final. Strong challenge in midfield from Morishige. And he releases Leandro again. Down the left, this time up against Ominami. Ogawa looking to overlap. Cristiano went to ground, no foul given. Morishige's ball over the top for Ogawa. Higashi in a central area, ball over the top to Nagai, his flicked header. Just about the best he could do in that situation. In the end, a comfortable claim for Kim. But a first clear look at goal for Nagai in this game. Ball into the box. Olunga brings it down. And Omari shepherds the ball through for Hatano to claim. Olunga trying to work his way past Watanabe and catching the Tokyo defender in the face. Something that Hatano took offence to. A little bit of handbags, but play will continue. As Reysol continue to have the better of the possession. And the guy was offside when Hatano took that goal kick, or free kick rather. Yamashita showed a little bit too much of the ball there to Higashi, who slid in. Concedes the throw, but good closing down by the Tokyo captain. As Kim looks to set Kawaguchi on his way down the right-hand side. Richardson out to his fellow Brazilian, Cristiano. Tried to play in Kawaguchi, but his ball had a little bit too much on it. And the ball is out for an FC Tokyo goal kick. So 10 minutes left until half-time. We might have a little bit of stoppage time, of course, after Watanabe needed to receive some treatment on the pitch. Isaka's pass well read by Ogawa. Abe feeds Nagai. Probably could have carried on there, but looked to cut back onto his right foot. Slipped and lost the ball, but Tokyo have a throw again out on the left-hand side. Nagai 4 league goals this season, after 9 in the 2019 campaign. Goa dribbles infield, points his captain. Captain on captain there as Otani went through the back of Higashi. Tokyo with another free kick, another chance for Leandro to swing a set piece into the box. Ogawa takes a decent set piece as well with his left foot, it must be said, but you'd expect Leandro to be the man to handle this. And there are two of his principal targets, Hara and Omari. Leandro takes, Ilunga heads out. Higashi strikes. Hara was offside and perhaps obstructing Kim's view, and a good decision by the assistant. It was well saved by Kim. Sihara just offside, and yeah, standing right in front of the goalkeeper as Higashi struck his shot into the floor. Abe got a piece of Richardson's ball around the corner. Leandro gallops forward again. Higashi holds up play. Exchanges passes with Omari and surveys his options. Doesn't have a lot on. Goes back to Omari, who will play the ball back to Hatano under pressure from Olunga. Nice little ball inside by Koga for his captain Otani. Kawaguchi in acres of space on the right. That's where Ominami goes. Otani's chip ball across, looking for Olunga. Shooting opportunity. Again, Reysol unable to keep their chances down. This time it was Taro Esaka. That's the sort of interplay we've been seeing all season between these two. Olunga and Esaka combined so well over the course of the season. Esaka 9 league goals, and he garnished that with 9 assists as well. A lot of those going to the Kenyan centre forward. This time Olunga tried to return the favour, but yeah, Esaka unable to keep his shot down again. This is Hotaka Nakamura for FC.Tokyo. Ball over the top, looking for Nagai, who was offside. Had to let the ball run. And Hara unable to catch up before it went out of play. So some decent opportunities for Reysol. Ball over the top from Richardson, looking for Cristiano. Matano happy to retain the ball and run off a few seconds. He made great contact with his kick, but it did find Hotaka Nakamura. Morishige again winning the ball back in midfield for Tokyo. Keigo Higashi's touch was too heavy. Abe followed up, but he too lost possession. Higashi sliding in. And Hotaka Nakamura upended. Tokyo win another free kick. That was Higashi going through on Segawa. Morishige again. Seems to have been everywhere so far for Tokyo. Hara dummies for Nagai. Leandro caught on it by Richardson. Kawaguchi releases Cristiano. Cristiano got the better of Omari down the right. Watanabe sliding in and managing to clear the danger under pressure from Olunga. Things heating up here in the final 5 minutes of the first half. Reysol looking more threatening, but obviously have to be wary of Tokyo's prowess on the counter-attack themselves. Cristiano takes. Watanabe over to cover. Morishige's ball over the top for Nagai. Battling against Ominami, who slipped but then did well. Ball finds its way to Nagai again. He's got Hotaka Nakamura overlapping on the right side of the box. But a good challenge from Taiyo Koga. And Reysol countered themselves. Esaka through the middle of the park. Koga, who's got Sagawa on the left. Slips the ball through for the left back. And Morishige took the safety first approach and sent the ball out for another Reysol corner. Their third of the game so far. As we head into the final minute of the first 45. Cristiano set piece. Alunga's header. Hatano under pressure. Is that going to stand? It is. And Reysol are level in the 45th minute. Sagawa prodded home. There was a body on Hatano and he thought he was owed a foul. The referee decided against it. Otani backing into Hatano, who flicked the ball onto the bar. See initially the ball coming off Alunga's shoulder. Otani backs into Hatano, backs him into the goal. And Sagawa got to the ball just ahead of Morishige, and a slightly controversial incident, but that goal has been allowed to stand. And in the 45th minute, Kashiwa Reysol are level. Well, we're waiting for the whistle. In situations like those, you usually see fouls given against the goalkeeper. But play on was the decision from the referee, and Sagawa has given his side the perfect tonic heading into half-time. Well, they might not be finished in the first half, as we've just wrapped up the first of 4 minutes of additional time. Kawaguchi combining with Cristiano. And the ball had just rolled over the line before the right back swept over his cross. Sagawa, who'd been busy down the left-hand side for most of this first half, was in the right place at the right time to poke Reysol level. Cristiano wins the first header, Watanabe the second. And this is Koga out on the left for Kashiwa Reysol. Back to his captain. Again, Kawaguchi with room to operate, but his first time pass is cut out by Leandro, who gallops forward again. Stumbles over Richardson's challenge. Another free kick for Tokyo. Kenta Hasegawa perhaps wondering why a yellow card wasn't shown to Richardson, the man who led J1 in cautions in 2020. 10 yellow cards in his 27 league appearances for the Brazilian this year. And he missed a total of 4 games through suspension. Leandro and Ogawa weigh up their options again into the last of the 4 minutes of additional time. Shuto Abe races on to a loose ball but slices his shot wide. Time for Kim Seung-gyu to restart things and perhaps Reysol to mount one more attack. Watanabe wins his header. Utani plays the ball over the top. Hatano will claim, and that would be it, you'd imagine. Indeed, there goes the half-time whistle. An entertaining and combative first half at the National Stadium. Leandro's superb 16th minute opener cancelled out on the stroke of half-time by Yusuke Sagawa. Both teams looking threatening. Both teams having their moments, and everything is set up for an epic second half. Half-time at the National Stadium in the 2020 Levain Cup final. Kashiwa Reysol 1, F.C.Tokyo 1. We'll be back with you shortly.
Hello again, Levain Cup final. That's the end of the first half. How did you guys enjoy the first half then? It ended up 1-1, right? FC-Tokyo 1, and then Kashiwa Reysol 1. Now, going back into the half, but before that, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you from joining from all over the world. I looked at the comments from Ireland, from India, I think from the US too, some from Malaysia too, South Korea too. Really appreciate your comments. I really love it. I noticed that quite a lot of you were saying, you know, it'll be fantastic if you could see the J-League next year. You know, I told the staff about that too. You know, fingers crossed. You never know. You know, but absolutely amazing first half. How did you enjoy Leandro's goal? Okay, sorry to Kashiwa Reysol supporters, but let's go into it. Yeah, Leandro. What happened was, it was like a long ball from the Kashiwa Reysol side. I think it was Ogawa who heads it clear. Leandro's got a lot to do. He gets on the left byline, and then he has Richarlison, or Hishardison, coming through, sliding in, skips past him, then cuts inside. There's still three or so Kashiwa players, and then he just manages and nails it into the far corner. Maybe Kim Seung-gyu could have done better. But, you know, a top-class goal indeed. Credit Leandro, absolutely incredible goal there. And then, you know, the half continued, basically controlled by FC-Tokyo. They didn't find it, you know, hard to sit back, let Kashiwa have the ball. But the important thing is, wherever the ball was kind of knocked back, or wherever the ball was knocked into Olunga and it dropped, you know, they cleaned it up. And they even managed to clean it up in the top half, in the last third, in the opposing end too. Time after time, FC-Tokyo managed to get control of the ball and won these 50-50s, and they were in absolutely totally control. Massive credit to Morishige. I mean, the man, you know, when he was playing for the national side underneath Aguilera, he played in that anchor position, right? And he really masterminded the whole situation. Time after time, Kashiwa played some long balls into Olunga, and you could see Michael's frustration with the lack of service and the lack of chances that he had. But he did have a fair number of headed chances, and they managed to equalise through Olunga's. Maybe was it his head or was it his shoulder? A bit of a mix-up in the box. But I mean, you know, Morishige really orchestrated it well. Also, Abe. I mean, his level of pressure and his stamina too. He keeps on running and running and running. He's close to getting a yellow card. We'll see about that too. But all in all, I thought that FC-Tokyo were on, you know, on the stronger side. However, at the end, now this is what's so amazing about football. Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen in football. And at the end, was it the 44th minute or something? Already maybe into additional time, they managed to equalise. A corner comes in from Cristiano, who didn't have a good half, to be honest. Corner comes in, Olunga goes through, he gets ahead, it goes mixed up in the box, and then Sagao gets it in. Now, what I think that Kashiwa Reysol is going to be doing in the second half, right, is we hardly saw much of the Koga-Sagao link-up, yeah? Koga, pretty good, going up on the left wing, but there was hardly any link-up, and Sagao too was kind of isolated, so too was Cristiano. They didn't really have that much of creativity going on, say, in the middle. Richardson and Otani were trying to control it, but time after time, even they put it in, the defenders, whether it's Omari or it was Watanabe or Morishige or whether it's the side backs too, they managed to nick the ball off. So all in all, F.C.Tokyo really in control. And maybe in the second half, there could be Goya. There's a striker, Goya, and he's a guy who loves to run between the lines, and unlike Olunga, he loves to go behind, and keeps on running and running and running. But they're not going to take Michael off, obviously. His physical presence, his domination. I think Cristiano and Olunga are getting slightly irritated with the lack of chances, but still, you saw how Kashiwa were completely revitalized and then completely revived after the goal went in. A lot more energy, and I think I'm expecting a lot more energy from Cristiano too. Sometimes Cristiano, he did well to get back, but sometimes Kawaguchi was a bit isolated. I want to see a bit more link-up play between Kawaguchi and Cristiano. I think they do have a good understanding, but it was nearly there. Richardson, very close to getting a yellow card. Did he get a yellow card? Yellow did nice there. He didn't get a yellow card, but really, you don't know what's going to be going on. But very dangerous. So we'll see what's going to be happening. I think Mihara is a good player. He might be coming in to get some more creativity. He's also a really tough player too at the same time too. But need a bit more creativity, maybe a bit more movement. I'm sure Nelsinho will be putting a lot more magic into the side. F.C.Tokyo, they had a couple of great chances. I think they're still, all in all, in control of the game. Very well-trained unit, how they pressurize the Kashiwa back four too. You saw on countless occasions where the Kashiwa back four tried to build it up, but couldn't, So if more of that happens, I think we're expecting F.C.Tokyo to put the pressure on up until the 50th or 60th minute. Maybe some subs coming in. You can't forget a Dalton for F.C.Tokyo. Okay, that is a strong striker, very quick. He can pick something out of the hat just like that and do anything. So he might be coming on. Harry's a good player. Maybe Mita coming on too. But we'll see both sides what they'll be up to. All in all, it's 1-1 right now. I keep those comments coming in. I'm loving it. All your comments coming through. My predictions, I'm not going to predict anything. But really, I think there's going to be a clear chance for Michael Olunga sometime, and we'll see if he can bury it. Or maybe we'll see Olunga going up for a set player for like a free kick or something and dropping to Isaka of some sort. Isaka hasn't really been involved too, so we're seeing more movement from Isaka possibly. Or maybe we could have a Goya coming on too. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone, keep your heads up for the second half, coming in roughly 2 or 3 minutes' time. Thank you very much. And keep in touch, keep it going, keep those comments flowing too. さあということで皆さんね、こういった状況になりますけど1対1で、前半終了しました、ここからは間もなくあと 2,3 分後ぐらいですかね後半始まりますので、どうぞ引き続きご視聴の方をよろしくお願いいたします。 Thank you so much guys, take care, see you for the second half, bye bye.
じゃあ3分ぐらいこのまま待ってます。はい。43分戻る。了解。じゃあちょっとこのまま今。
Welcome back to the National Stadium in Tokyo. The stage is set for a huge second half here in the 2020 Levain Cup final. Kashiwa Reysol and F.C.Tokyo doing battle in every sense of the phrase in the first half. A half that ended with the scoreline Kashiwa 1, F.C.Tokyo 1. After Yusuke Sagawa's 45th minute equaliser. Tinged with controversy if you're of a red and blue persuasion. Sagawa's goal cancelling out Leandro's superb 16th minute opener for Tokyo. It appears that there were no substitutions made at half-time. Perhaps the players might have come out a little bit too early. I'm not sure. The officiating crew don't appear to be in any sort of a rush to get things back underway. As again, you can see the scorers on your screen. And the referee making his way to the center circle, where FC Tokyo will get us underway for the second half. Tokyo will be attacking from left to right on your screen in their red and blue stripes and blue shorts. Kashiwa Reysol from right to left in their yellow shirts and black shorts. We are back underway at the National Stadium. Ryoya Ogawa will restart play with a throw from the left. Yamashita with their header away, but only as far as Leandro. Swings his ball into the box. Koga hooks it clear. And a chance for Sagawa to run at Hotaka Nakamura. Tokyo right back, got back well to recover. And that pass forward just out of Airsucker's reach. One decent chance for the Kashiwa number 10 in the first half. He saw his effort sail over the bar. Cristiano plays the ball out to Sagawa, who got the better of Higashi in that duel. Higashi down after that coming together. See Sagawa there accidentally trotting on Higashi's ankle. Very, very painful one. And Reysol played the ball back to Hatano after Tokyo had put it out to play. Omari and Watanabe have done a decent enough job so far of corralling Michael Olunga. But as we know, after his 2.5 years so far in the J-League, Olunga only needs half a chance to punish his opponents. Koga's ball down the left. And Watanabe plays it back towards the halfway line where Otani heads forward. Higashi crowded out. Sagawa's ball over the top. Olunga plays it back inside. Sagawa again. Dances around Abe. And a bit of pinball wizard in there. That could have ended up anywhere. Thankfully for Tokyo, it's ended up in the hands of Go Hatano. Ball over the top for Nagai to chase. Kim out. And very authoritatively heads out for a Tokyo throw, which Leandro takes before Ogawa could make it up to the Brazilian. Isaka out to Koga. Reysol looked to build from the back. Ominami out to Kawaguchi. Richardson upended by Nagai. Free kick taken quickly. A little bit of miscommunication between Omari and Hatano. The keeper ultimately claiming, but Richardson still feeling the effects of that Nagai challenge. Chance perhaps to tell you about how both of these teams made it through to the final. Kashiwa, they won all 3 of their group stage games. That was the group stage was shortened due to the 4-month J-League hiatus. Then Reysol won 3-0 away at Cerezo Osaka in the quarterfinals, with Hiroto Goya, one of the substitutes for Reysol today, getting their first goal on that occasion, and Esaka grabbing a late brace to finish Cerezo off. In the semi-finals, we mentioned it briefly in the first half, Tatsuya Yamashita scored early and Reysol hung on to beat Yokohama F. Marinos 1-0 away. While Tokyo, as an Asian Champions League club, they were parachuted into the quarterfinals of this competition. In the quarters, they beat Nagoya 3-0 at home, with Shuto Abe scoring twice and Adilton getting the 3rd off the bench. And then Tokyo shocked us all in the semi-finals, inflicting what was then just a 2nd defeat of the season on runaway J1 leaders Kawasaki. Of course, Frontale went on to win the J1 title by a record margin, and for good measure, they claimed the Emperor's Cup on New Year's Day as well. Leandro scoring both of their goals in their 2-0 away win over Kawasaki in the semis. Tokyo on the attack again. There is Leandro. Abe bundled off it by Richardson, and Cristiano sweeps forward. Omari covering well. Leandro was offside, but Higashi definitely wasn't. Opportunity to slide in Abe that he decides against. And a snapshot on the turn from Nagai. It was never troubling Kim. Worth a pop from Nagai, but yeah, Kim not fazed at all by that attempt. Not really been given an opportunity to run at the Kashiwa defense yet, Nagai. 50-50 challenge. Tokyo come off the better. And after extensive deliberation, the referees decided to award Reysol a free kick for handball against Nagai. See the ball striking him just under the armpit there. Ominami plays the ball forward. Otaka Nakamura allowing it to bounce. Olunga in the vicinity, but Hatano out well to claim. Omari sweeps the ball out wide, looking for Nagai on the right-hand side. But his header into the box. Easily dealt with by Kim. Kenta Hasegawa, the Tokyo manager, doesn't have too many aces up his sleeve on the bench, you'd say, apart from a Dialton. The young winger, Kazuya Konno, is really the only other offensive-minded replacement available for Tokyo today. As Omari brings the ball forward for Tokyo, looks for Hara, but he was offside. Neither manager having called on his substitutes yet, but in case you're wondering, they're allowed to make a total of 5 each in the 90 minutes. And if the game goes into extra time, they'll be permitted one further. Ball into the box. Omari hooks away. Richardson heads back. And a loose touch from Omari. Morishige reclaims from the feet of Cristiano. Then Yamashita out well. Richardson and Otani combining. Koga on the left. Segawa just managed to keep that in play. Kawaguchi receives the ball in space on the right, swings in his cross. Isaka able to make good contact with his header. Directed it straight at Hatano, though. A decent opportunity. And there could be one coming for Tokyo up the other end. Leandro, was he hauled down there? The referee says no, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. Ominami had a decent grab on Leandro's shirt there. The referee, who has let a fair bit go, most notably awarding Reysol their equaliser, again decided on play on rather than a foul for Tokyo. Isaka on the left. Koga playing the ball back towards Isaka, but Watanabe over well to cover. Well, and truly recovered after that early knock to his shoulder. Reysol really looking to build some pressure here. Otaka Nakamura's attempted clearance blocked by Segawa, and Isaka feeds the overlapping run of Koga. There's a high boot from Cristiano. But Reysol have a corner, and to be fair to Cristiano, he did pull his leg back. Ogawa heading the ball out of play. A fourth corner of the afternoon for Kashiwa Reysol. Cristiano swings in, or sets up. Oh, it's a terrific volley from Kawaguchi. Straight off the training ground, that one. Cristiano chipped the ball to the edge of the box. Kawaguchi's hit his volley terrifically well. And the ball skimmed off the bar with Hatano, you'd have to say, unlikely to save it if Kawaguchi had kept it down. Mentioned in the first half, it's been a long time between first-team appearances for Kawaguchi. That would have been quite a way to announce your presence back in the team. Terrific volley. But it remains Kashiwa 1, FC Tokyo 1. Reysol continuing to dominate the possession stats, and they're utterly dominant here as the second half continues. Segawa look for Olunga. Isaka plays the ball out to Otani. Look for Olunga. Tokyo doing well to win the ball back, but then Morishige gives it straight back to Tatsuya Yamashita. Reysol looking to turn the screw. Cristiano on the left. Early cross, dealt with well enough by Watanabe. Otani from distance. In the end, a comfortable claim for Hitano. But with 15 minutes played in the second half, it's been pretty much all Kashiwa Reysol so far since the interval. Tokyo win a foul after Segawa clashed with Hotaka Nakamura. Hotaka Nakamura and his namesake Takumi did a creditable enough job in filling in at right back for FC Tokyo after Sei Moroya left for Germany in August. Hotaka making quite a few more appearances than Takumi this season, as he did also feature at times at left back when Ogawa was out of the team. Tokyo really have to find their footing back in this game now. Omari's ball forward to Morishige. Higashi. Ogawa over the top for Nagai. Cuts inside Ominami. Surveys his options, but then Segawa's done particularly well to track back there and intercept before the ball could reach Hotaka Nakamura, who's now caught well out of position. Morishige and Hara back covering at right back. Nakamura back in position now as Reysol passed the ball around in midfield. Otani with space, he finds Koga on the left. Morishige will clear the danger. And a chance for Higashi to get Tokyo moving. Abe into the feet of Leandro, terrific first touch. Dancing around outside the box, and that's a clear foul from Richardson. Well, Leandro better be careful, he might get booked himself for complaining. I mean, it's a clear foul from Richardson, and considering the number of fouls he's given away so far, it's probably a fair argument from Leandro to question why a yellow card hasn't been shown. But to this point, the referee has kept his cards in his pocket. And perhaps Leandro can make Richardson pay for his foul. With another of his set-piece specials. Once again, Ogawa's standing around the ball, showing an interest in it. But I can promise you that will only be for show. It'll be that man taking this set piece. One spectacular goal already today. Can he add another to his Levain Cup collection? Tokyo taking their time to arrange their players in the wall. Kim Sung-gyu waits in the Reysol goal. Leandro takes, and his shot comes back off the post. The intersection of post and bar. That's an indication of what he's capable of. Leandro brings it forward again. And the guy, unfortunately, couldn't sort his feet out. And with 21 minutes of the second half played, we're going to see our first substitutions of this final. The Tokyo captain, Keigo Higashi, will make way, handing the captain's armband to Tsuyoshi Watanabe. Hirotaka Mita on in his place, while Taichi Hara's number also went up. The young striker replaced by Tokyo's ace up their sleeve, Adilton. Eight league goals for the Brazilian this season. And did actually score Tokyo's only goal of the game when these two teams met at the end of October. Reysol winning that game 3-1. Cristiano scoring twice, both assisted by Alunga. Here is Cristiano. Alunga's made his run into the centre. Cristiano seeing the ball run just over the line, and Tokyo will have a goal kick. Yes, the two league meetings between these sides this season were both won by the opponent in their opponent's stadium. In match day 2, the first game played back after a 4-month hiatus, Tokyo won 1-0 away at Kashiwa, with Watanabe scoring the only goal of the game. And then in a game that has far more relevance for us, as I said, it was just played at the end of October, Reysol won 3-1 at F.C.Tokyo's Ajinomoto Stadium. Loose there from Ogawa. And Ogawa's misplaced pass will be the last action before the second half drinks break. Leandro so close to a second, but his free kick just a short while ago hitting the woodwork and going out to play. This is a replay of Kashiwa's goal just before half-time. You can see the Reysol captain Otani backing in to the Tokyo keeper, Go Hatano, who tipped the ball onto the bar. Sagawa poking home to equalise. While earlier on, in the 16th minute it was, wasn't it? Leandro opened the scoring with a terrific goal, cutting in from the left. Then just a short while ago, that set piece from the Brazilian came back off the woodwork. Kim flying away to his left, and the F.C.Tokyo Ultras heads in their hands after seeing their side go very close to a second goal. Slightly more even in the last 5 or 10 minutes, you'd say, after Reysol had dominated the early exchanges in this second half. Tokyo have at least worked their way back onto an equal footing, and with 20 minutes left, it is all to play for. There's one of the Tokyo substitutes, Mita, playing the ball over, looking for the other, Adilton. Nagai finds Mita. Abe heads out to Adilton, who battles with Kawaguchi. Richardson doing well to get a foot in and win the ball back. There's Saka through the centre. He's got Sagawa to the left of him. And then a terribly mishit pass, which I presume he was trying to slide in Olunga. Hatano claims. And gets us up and running again. Adilton's header down to Leandro. Nagai has to stay on side. He does. Ball finds its way to Nagai. Shooting opportunity. Not quite able to keep his shot down. Leandro deflecting the ball into the path of Nagai. And from just inside the box, his shot flies over the bar and into the stanchion. Otani brings the ball into Tokyo territory, finds Richardson. Kawaguchi out to Cristiano. Kawaguchi continues his run. Got his cross away, but it sailed into the centre and in the arms of Hatano. Adilton hogging that left touch line. Hurdling a challenge from Richardson. Failing to pick out a pass. Ogawa's ball into the centre. Just eluded Mita, but Tokyo still have possession. Nakamura finds Mita. Leandro's heavy touch. And Cristiano shepherds Ogawa off the ball and plays it out to Omari near halfway. Tokyo are going to have to be very wary of any sort of Reysol counter-attack, but they've worked their way on top in this game now. Omari over the top looking for the ball, the run of Leandro. Ominami gets his head to it. The ball runs for Adilton, he's poked home! He simply wanted that ball more, didn't he, Adilton? Somewhat fortunate, but what an instant impact off the bench the big Brazilians made. Tokyo back in front with just over 15 minutes left. Ominami won that first header, but Nagai got to the second ball first. And with Koga looking to come across to cover, Adilton got there in a split second before him, and toe poked home. Tokyo back on top. And you can see what it means to the Tokyo supporters. Tokyo went ahead 16 minutes into the game. They've gone back on top with 16 minutes left. What can Reysol conjure now? We know they've got the strike power. We know they've got some weapons to bring off the bench. It's just a matter now of when Nelsinho pushes his chips into the center of the table, because we've seen what Tokyo can do. Going the other way, and what a terrific introduction it was by Adilton. Shuto Abe back to the big man, hugging that left-hand touchline, much as Sagawa did in the first half. Ominami had the ball ran out of play. The linesman says no, and Reysol have a throw. Well, I think there's your answer for when Nelsinho's going to push his chips into the table, quite possibly. Well, not at this dead ball, but perhaps at the next one. 3 players ready to come on. Cristiano from deep on the right. Sagawa up against Nakamura. Sagawa's cross. Header clear by Ogawa. Ominami again. Ball into Alunga. He's been starved of opportunities, the big man. That ball into the box was a half chance. Watanabe had tracked him very well, though. Reysol have another corner, and they will make their 3 substitutions now. Otani, number 7, Sagawa 18, and I'm sorry, I didn't catch the 3rd player who went off. We'll let you know as soon as we know. Mihara, Goya, and Kamiya coming on. As Reysol have another corner kick. Cristiano to take. Ball pings around in the box. Cristiano with another crossing opportunity. But the linesman has flagged the Brazilian offside. There is the confirmation of the 3 substitutions. So Esaka, the other player to make way. Kamiya and Goya, very dangerous going forward. And Mihara, strong in midfield, but also capable of excellent through balls. So he'll be looking to create from the centre of the park for Reysol as we approach the final 10 minutes. Shuto Abe wins a foul for F.C.Tokyo, just inside their own half. There's Adilton, the scorer of Tokyo's 2nd, and here is that goal again. Ominami's header. Nagai first to the 2nd ball, and Adilton first to it, just ahead of Koga. Toe poking past Kim. That's Mihara playing the ball out to Kamiya. Two of the Reysol substitutes combining. Kamiya thought he'd been pulled back by Nakamura. No foul given. Mita and Nakamura combining on the right. Watanabe now wearing the captain's armband for Tokyo. Plays the ball back to Hatano, who sends it forward. Leandro was coming from an offside position. Therefore did not challenge for that ball. Nakamura again on the right. That's a good ball around the corner from Koga to find Kamiya. Pressure from Abe forcing Richardson to go back to Kim. Morishige and Alunga coming together in the centre circle. Mita fending off Mihara, then going to ground. Again, the referee allows play to go on, as he does after Watanabe has it coming together with Goya. Leandro, 25 yards from goal, has a crack. Straight at Kim. He's happy to have a pop from just about everywhere, Leandro. Good covering from Abe, wins the ball back. This is Nagai. Had the opportunity to slide in Leandro. Decided to retain possession. You can see how frustrated Leandro is with that. But Mita's dribbled the ball into the Reysol box. Exchanges passes with Nakamura, and then swings over across looking for Nagai. Abe plays the ball out for a Dialton. Well defended though by Kawaguchi. The Reysol clear. Mihara for Koga. This is Kamiya. Crowded out. Again, the referee decides against awarding a foul. You have to say, at least he's been consistent today. Goya's done well there to rob Nakamura. Kamiya's ball into the box. Did appear to strike Kamiya's arm. But Abe clears. And Nagai wins a foul from Yamashita. So we're well and truly inside the last 10 minutes here. Yamashita now wearing the captain's armband after Otani went off. There's a Dialton, the scorer of the go-ahead goal. There's Leandro, who scored Tokyo's opener. And those Kashiwa Reysol supporters stand in anticipation of what their side can muster in the final 7 or so minutes, plus additional time. Leandro, Abe and Morishige combining. And Koga winning a throw for Reysol, playing the ball off Mita. Mihara's ball forward for Alunga. Well marshalled by Watanabe, but Richardson wins the ball back in midfield and sets Cristiano racing free from the edge of the box. Cristiano tried his luck, but shot too close to Hatano. That's an indication of what Reysol are capable of on the counter. Cristiano's low drive straight at Hatano though. Mihara for Richardson. Plays the ball out to Kawaguchi on the right. Crosses low. Intended for Goya. But Morishige got back well and toe poked the ball out for yet another Reysol corner. Kashiwa making their fourth change. And it will be Richardson to make way. Hayato Nakama, the last of the three attacking weapons available to Nelsinho off the bench, enters the fray with 5 minutes, and he'll be hoping to make an impact similar to what Adalton did. Ball into the box, Ogawa's header. Kawaguchi sets it back for Cristiano to cross. Nagai gets his body in the way and blocks it out for a Reysol throw. Cristiano again, looking for Kawaguchi. Leandro might have twisted his ankle there, trying to play Tokyo out of trouble. Ultimately, it's hoofed up towards halfway, where Reysol regain possession. This is Nakama, first involvement for him. Kamiya, his fellow substitute. Dribbles in from the left, looks for Cristiano. Koga for Kamiya. Lovely ball through to Nakama. Watanabe heads clear before the ball could reach Ilunga. Tokyo play it forward, and Nagai manages to just keep it in play. Ominami looks to get Reysol forward again. This is Yamashita. Koga square ball, finds Ominami. Kawaguchi closed down by Adalton. Time running out here for Reysol. Koga swings the ball in from deep on the left. Ogawa across well to head clear. Mihara heads down for Kamiya. He's got Koga outside him. Crossing opportunity. Ilunga obviously the target. Hatano was blocked out again. And Watanabe has to come off his line to head the ball away. Adalton's run blocked by Kawaguchi, and Tokyo will look to take precious seconds off the clock here before they restart. We're into the final 2 minutes of the 90. Kawaguchi blocking Adalton's run. While Morishige's down with cramp. Entirely understandable, the shift that he's put in today. Again, in a largely unfamiliar position, spent his entire career, including 11 years with Tokyo at centre-back. It's only in the last couple of months he's been pressed into service in defensive midfield, and he's done a superb job in there today. Tokyo manager Kenta Hasegawa, I think, just checking that Morishige's okay to continue. Tokyo play the ball forward, where Nagai is able to retain possession down near the corner flag. Reysol have a throw, but they have a long way to go, and they'll have to wait while Tokyo make another substitution. It will be Nagai making way. Young midfielder Takuya Uchida will come on. Nagai, well, he's run his socks off today. That was a perfect indication of it. Here is Uchida. We're looking to shore things up as Leandro and Adalton will handle any attacking that F.C.Tokyo have to do from now on. They'll be happy to just get the ball forward at any opportunity, I'd imagine, as Otaka Nakamura's done there. As we enter, or we're in the middle, rather, of the first of 6 minutes of additional time. Reysol have thrown the kitchen sink at this, at least in terms of the substitutions they've made. They haven't really been able to fashion any noteworthy chances in the last 10 minutes. Watanabe again rising over Olunga to win his header. Abe's ball looking for Mita, but cut out by Koga. Morishige again effective. Adalton looking to win a foot race against Yamashita. He has done. He squared across the box, and Ominami, a vital interception before the ball could reach Leandro. That would have been game, set and match. Terrific desire from Adalton. His fresher legs obviously paying off there in a foot race against Yamashita, but Ominami did superbly to play the ball out before it got into the path of Leandro. Shuto Abe keeping the ball in the corner again as Tokyo look to kill more time in this game. Mihara's attempted clearance deflects somewhat fortuitously for Reysol into the arms of Kim, who looks to set them going with a long punt forward. Goya's crowded out. Mita has the ball again for Tokyo, looking for Uchida, but he's overhit his pass. And from halfway, Kawaguchi will get Reysol going again. Adalton closing down again superbly. And trying to rev up the Tokyo support. His goal is the difference between these sides. A Tokyo throw, headed on by Uchida, but then flicked forward by Kamiya. Omari winning a foot race with Goya. Three minutes of the 6 of additional time have been played. Ball swung into the box, and a good claim from Hatano. Ball played in from deep on the right, intended for Olunga, but a good claim from the Tokyo keeper. Hatano to restart with a free kick. I presume given after Olunga was standing in front of Hatano. Pumped into the Reysol half. Ominami won the header, but the second ball eluded Kawaguchi. Two minutes left of the 6 scheduled for additional time. F.C.Tokyo 2 minutes away from a third Levain Cup title, and their first since 2009. Did that ball go out of play? The linesman says no, it didn't. Hoof forward, Olunga jumps with Mita. Watanabe's header, the ball hooked forward by Morishige. Anywhere will do for Tokyo at this stage. Leandro slips the ball forward looking for Adalton, but Kim's out well. And with 90 seconds left of additional time, well, to say things are getting increasingly desperate for Kashiwa is a massive understatement. Mita hooks the ball forward, but Adalton was miles offside. Cristiano wins his header, flicked over the top. Hatano will be out to claim. Goya flicked on. Or was it Yamashita? Apologies if I've made a mistake there. Miharas wins the header. Nakama slid in well, but he made the last touch. And Hotaka Nakamura restarts for FC Tokyo. Tokyo look to keep the ball again through Leandro. Koga's ball looked for Kamiya, but was cut out by Uchida. Mihara plays it back for Kim, who sweeps forward. Two Reysol players go for the same ball in the centre circle. And Morishige kicks for touch. And that's it. The referee has blown for full time. And Adilton's goal has won the Levain Cup for FC Tokyo. A third Levain Cup triumph for Tokyo. And it was their two attacking Brazilians who made the difference on the afternoon. Cristiano, Michael Olunga, unable to make a difference for Kashiwa, and it's Levain Cup glory for the third time in their history for FC Tokyo.
放送席キャプテンの東選手です。おめでとうござい
The
ます。
FC Tokyo captain, Keigo Higashi.
今の率直な気持ち教えてください。いやもう本当嬉しいです。サポーターと共に戦いました。チーム全体で戦いました。東キャプテンから見るこの FC 東京の強さというのはどういった部分でしょう。いやもう本当去年苦しい思いして悔しい思いしてここに特別な思いあったし、まあ僕個人としても東京に来てタイトル取れなかったし、今日本当みんなのおかげで取ることができてよかったです。これで FC 東京の新たな未来が始まるかと思います。これからに向けてサポーターに向けてメッセージをお願いいたします。そうですね、まだまだこれがスタートできるように、FC 東京をもっともっと強くするために頑張っていきたいと思います。ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。
A special day for the Tokyo captain. Keigo Higashi has endured a very difficult injury hit season, but today he will raise the Levain Cup for FC Tokyo.
Eu dominei, esperei o Richarlison dar o bote e fui pra cima, esperei também o zagueiro definir o que ele ia fazer e graças a Deus fui feliz e fiz o gol.
ボールを受けまして、前に運びました。1度目また溜めて、2度目も溜めて、そこでシュートを決められたと思います。
今日の90分、この試合どんな気持ちで戦ったんでしょう。
Feliz, graças a Deus deu tudo certo. O time se esforçou. Essa vitória também é para aqueles jogadores que não estão aqui, Diego, Arthur, que estão no Brasil, todos também que não puderam estar dentro de campo, a gente dedica essa vitória para eles.
今日みんなで戦って決められた勝利だと思います。残念ながらいなかったブラジルにいますディエゴ選手、アルトゥール選手、他にもいない日本人選手もいるんですけど、みんなで勝ち取った勝利だと思います。
最後にサポーターの皆さん、テレビの前でもサポーターが応援していました。メッセージお願いします。
Arigatou gozaimasu por ter comparecido no estádio e estar torcendo, e esse título também é para eles.
ありがとうございます。今日サポーターの皆さん、スタジアムに来てる方、テレビ見てる方、みんなのタイトルですから喜びましょう。
ありがとうございました。
はい。
Leandro, a superb performance over the course of the 90 minutes. A spectacular opener, of course, and there's the scorer of the winner. his fellow Brazilian Adilton. Morishige, so important today in central midfield. As I said on a couple of occasions, an unfamiliar position for him, but he really did take to it like a duck to water today. Absolutely superb in the centre of the park. That's Tokyo's first choice goalkeeper, Akihiro Hayashi, there in the long coat, by the way, greeting the Reysol players. He missed the end of the season through injury. I'm sure looking on proudly today as his protege, Go Hatano, played his part in Tokyo winning the Levain Cup for the 3rd time. And there was Otani on the screen there, the one medal that has eluded him so far. Well, unfortunately for him and for Reysol, it will continue to do so. And unfortunately for all of you watching at home in Kenya, it just wasn't Michael Olunga's day, was it? A couple of early headed chances in the first half. But he was unable to really test Hatano. Put a stirring shift in, as we knew he would, Olunga, but yeah, today just wasn't his day, nor Cristiano's. And there are some of the scenes at the full-time whistle. Higashi onto the pitch to celebrate with his teammates. Joy for Hatano and the Tokyo players, but despair for Reysol, who I guess at the end of the day have paid the price for not making their dominance count in the first 15 minutes of the second half. They were really on top there after going into the sheds at half-time level, again somewhat fortuitously. But once Tokyo had re-established a foothold in the game, just past the hour, things are back on level terms, and Adilton has ultimately decided things. As the Reysol players move through the line to receive their runners-up trophy. And Otani, the captain, the first to get a medal. Tatsuya Yamashita will now lead the rest of the Reysol squad through. Players from both teams exchanging fist bumps before the Reysol players receive their runners-up medals. Well, 28 goals for Michael Olunga in J1 this season. You can't take anything away from him. He'll be disappointed not to have done the business on the big stage in the final game of the season, but we can't wait to see what he'll do for an encore next season. The Reysol squad collected their trophy, their oversized check, and their runners-up medals. Ultimately, this afternoon has ended in frustration for them. But for the Tokyo club, it's an occasion to savour, as the J-League chairman awards or presents Keigo Higashi with his medal. And Higashi poses with the trophy that he'll be able to lift in just a few moments after the rest of his squad receive their medals. There's Watanabe, the centre-back, who, as I said during the commentary, served as captain for a large part of this season with Higashi out. Nagai ran his socks off today. And he gets the honour of being presented the oversized cheque. Hatano, Ita, Ogawa and Abe getting their medals as the Tokyo players line up. Dialton, the score of the winner. Young Manato Shinada, the reserve goalkeeper, Tsuyoshi Kodama. Hara handed a surprise start today, did well. There's Kazuya Konno, and the veteran centre-back, Daiki Niwa. Another medal for his collection. Keigo Higashi raises the trophy. And F.C.Tokyo can celebrate a third Levain Cup title. A wonderful way to end their 2020 season. A sixth place finish in the league.
F.C.Tokyo
and the F.C.Tokyo players celebrating with Leandro after he was named MVP of this game. And few could argue a terrific performance from the Brazilian. He's had his ups and downs this season, but there's no question he rose to the occasion on this big stage. A worthy winner of the Man of the Match award. A nice trophy and £1 million to cap it off. Plus, of course, that winner's medal. That will mean an awful lot to him. Looks like Omari wants a share of that money. The players will probably have to decide that. in the changing rooms. But a terrific performance from Leandro. Dialton made a huge impact with the game winner shortly after coming off the bench. And the Reysol players watch on. Sagawa on the left there, the scorer of their equaliser. Esaka on the right.
放送席、そして国立競技場のサポーターの皆さん、テレビご覧の皆さん、MVP レアンド MVP 獲得おめでとうございます。お気持ちを聞かせてください。
ありがとうございます。Muito feliz, graças a Deus. Nós fomos coroados com um trabalho, com um título de um longo tempo de trabalho, e dedico esse título à minha família, a todos aqueles jogadores do nosso clube que não puderam estar em campo, Diego, Arthur, os que não estiveram em campo, e a toda a torcida que pôde comparecer. Arigatou gozaimasu.
非常にとても嬉しいです。今日はみんなで勝ち取った勝利だというふうに思ってますし、この1年間、長い1年間だったんですけど、みんなで最後勝ち取れたということを嬉しく思います。残念ながら今日はブラジルにいるディエゴ、アルトゥール、日本人選手も出れない選手もたくさんいたんですけど、その中でみんなで勝ち取った勝利だというふうに思ってますし、今日みんなの家族、サポーター、こちらにいるサポーターの皆さん、応援してくれるサポーターの皆さんのおかげだと思ってます。ありがとうございます。
さあ、11年ぶり3度目、レアンドロ選手、まだ終わってませんよ。11年ぶり3度目の優勝、それも新たな装いの国立競技場、歴史に刻んだ先制ゴールを振り返ってください。
Eu fico feliz de poder ter conquistado esse título com esse grupo. Nós batalhamos muito desde o início do ano e todos que estão aqui lutaram muito, então acho que foi merecido esse título. O Ioia tirou uma bola na lateral, sobrou para mim e eu fui feliz na jogada e acabei fazendo gol.
今日ここにいるみんなでみんなで戦ってみんなで取れたということをまた改めて嬉しく思います。1点目ですけど小川選手がボールを勝ってくれて、そこにボールが私たちに来たんですけど、そこを自分が運ぶことができまして、ゴールが決められたという嬉しいゴールです。
さあ、本当にコロナと戦う大変な試練な年、まだまだそういうチャレンジは続きますけれども、この素晴らしいプレー、サッカーという素晴らしいスポーツを通して皆さんの心にどんな熱い思いを届けてくれるんでしょうか。
Sem dúvida é dos anos mais difíceis, né? E nós tentamos trazer pouco de alegria para os torcedores, para os familiares, para todos aqueles que têm lutado contra essa doença.
非常に今年はみんながご存知の通り大変な年だったんですけど、その中で少しでも皆さんに喜びを与えられたらと思いまして、私たちの家族、サポーターの皆さん、他の皆さんにも喜びを与えられたらというふうに思っておりました。
ありがとうございます。改めて MVP レアンドロ選手に、そして FC 東京のチームスタッフの皆さんに盛大な拍手をお願いいたします。おめでとうございます。
So our second chance to hear from Leandro post-match, a worthy winner of the Man of the Match / MVP award on what has turned out to be a terrific afternoon for FC Tokyo. It's ended in frustration for Kashiwa Reysol. But we look forward to what they'll produce in 2021. So it's Tokyo who are celebrating. And with that, we'll leave it there and we'll bring down the curtain on the 2020 J-League season. Kawasaki winning J1 and the Emperor's Cup. But in the final game of this year, 4 days into the new one, F.C.Tokyo have claimed Levain Cup glory. My name is Ben Maxwell, and it's been an absolute pleasure to bring this game to you this afternoon. We hope you've enjoyed it from wherever you've watched around the world. Celebration time for Tokyo. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.